Hi, I am Ray. I'm a mindfulness fellow for the Center for Spirituality, Dialogue, and Service at Northeastern. And today I just want to lead us in a 30-minute exercise um, in which we will watch our breath, observe our body, observe our thoughts, practice being the observer in our lives. Often we're involved, of course, but it can be really helpful to kind of remove that attachment and take a step back to understand what it is that you're experiencing and feeling. Um, and then we're going to end our practice with some affirmations or mantras that we can pick for ourselves. So we can just get started by sitting comfortably. Maybe your legs are crossed, maybe you're in a chair with your feet on the ground. Allowing your hands to fall on your legs or knees, your shoulders, relax. Maybe you close your eyes or allow them to fall just a couple feet in front of you. Just begin to bring your attention inward, noticing your breath, not changing it or judging it. Just noticing your natural pattern of breathing. Where does it fall? Are you breathing through your nose, your mouth, out through your nose or mouth? Do you feel your chest rise or your stomach or both? Maybe you feel tightness in your shoulders or in your chest at the top of your inhale. Just spend time observing your breath. I know it can be hard once you start observing your breath. You want to start changing it, slowing it, taking deeper breaths. Just notice if your breath is changing, notice that too. Maybe your mind is wandering, racing even. It could be helpful to pick a physical sensation that your breath brings. Maybe it's the air rushing through your nose, or maybe you want to put a hand on your chest and feel your chest inflate and deflate. By picking a physical sensation that you can tangibly feel, it can help you ground and anchor your mind on your breath. So as we continue, we're going to do a progressive relaxation breath or a quick body scan in which we will breathe into our toes first, sending our breath all the way to our toes, imagining as though we are filling them with energy, with air. And then on our exhale, we breathe that same energy out into the world. And on our next breath, we rise to our feet. And on the next, our ankles, our legs, And so slowly go through. And as you breathe into each area of your body, spend some time there. Understand what it is that part of your body is experiencing. Do you feel the ground, your clothes? Are your feet asleep? What's the temperature of your room like? Do you have tightness, soreness? Just try to understand your experience everywhere in your body. Just observe it. Don't place judgments or analyze. On this next breath, we're going to breathe in deeply and send our breath to our toes. And as you move through your body, allow yourself to let go of tension in every area, maybe clenching your muscles and then letting them go. When you breathe into your hips, understand the tension and the tightness that you hold here. As you're sitting, what do you feel in this area? In your gut, maybe you want to allow a hand to find your stomach when you move to this area. And your heart, your lungs, your chest. What does the beating of your heart feel like? Again, your shoulders are another place of tension, tightness. Often we carry stress here along with our hips, maybe our lower back as well. What do you feel in these areas? Breathing into our arms, and our wrists. Maybe allow your hands to find one another. Breathe into your hands. Breathe out. Allow them to completely relax. And when you reach the top of your body or your face and your head, allow your facial muscles to completely relax, melt away. Often we carry a lot of tension here, and we don't even realize it. It can be so difficult for us to relax our eyebrows, unclench our jaw. And now let's take some deep breaths together, noticing how our body feels, what experiences we observe. Where we feel tension. feels different about these breaths now than the breaths we took and watched in the beginning? Maybe you're having trouble staying focused on your breath, and that's understandable. Just notice where your mind goes. Where is it being drawn towards? What thoughts are enticing you? Maybe it's your environment. Are there sounds or feelings, smells or sights that are distracting you? This is a good time to orient yourself in your surroundings. Be fully present in this moment. We are here now, together. What is your experience right now? Are you waiting for something next to come? Are you thinking about something that happened in the past? Are you worried about something that will or might happen in the future? Are you here right now? Experiencing this moment only? This is a good transition into our next activity or exercise together, in which we will be watching our thoughts, being the observer. So often we are the commentator or the judge or the reactor to our thoughts. We are inherently very involved in them. Each thought that we have, we react to in some way or another, whether it be clinging on to a thought or pushing a thought away. Now we are going to notice our thoughts. Notice, where has your mind been wandering? How have you been spending your mental time? How have you been spending your time? Our thoughts will come and we will watch them. We will not interact. We will not place judgment, analyze, or have any emotional reaction to them, because right now we are above them. We are separate from them and we are watching. With each inhale, allow a thought to drift to the center of your mind. Give it your complete attention. Maybe breathe into it. Notice what it is. And when you exhale, let it go. Wait for it to pass. Allow it to slowly drift away. And then watch the next one. I like to think about this process like there's a million trees around you and a creek in front of you. Creek that's always moving, and trees with countless leaves. And as one leaf falls and it lands in front of you in the water, you just watch it and it slowly gets carried away by the creek, by our time, our attention. And there's so much distance between you and this leaf, you and your thought, till you can't see it anymore. And then a new leaf falls. So let's spend a couple minutes here doing this. There's no wrong way to do it. Your mind cannot wander away from this exercise because wherever it goes, this exercise will follow. Often our thoughts are so jumbled up, overlapping, on top of one another, circling around in our mind, whirling, that it is very hard to understand them. We cannot understand someone speaking if there are many people speaking over them. And we cannot read a book if the sentences aren't in order. So by doing this exercise, just noticing your thoughts one after another, it can really help you understand. It really helps me understand what I am thinking, because sometimes I don't know. Do you notice any trends in your thoughts? Are there certain people that you think about a lot? Maybe your school work or work. Maybe your family. Maybe you're thinking about your to-do list. Let's spend a couple more moments going through these thoughts, just watching them, not judging them, but noticing if there's a trend. Or a prevailing thought. Maybe there's thoughts coming up that we haven't thought about in a while, that we resist. Allow them to come up. Do you find yourself clinging to certain thoughts? Is it hard to let some things just drift away? Is it hard to just observe and not have an emotional reaction to your thoughts? The more that we do this, the better we will get about being an observer. Let's take a couple minutes to reorient ourselves into our bodies, noticing not just what we're experiencing in our minds, but often our thoughts have physical manifestations. If we're worried about something, maybe our shoulders are tense, or maybe our posture is reflective of our mood, and vice versa. Just take this time to acknowledge the way that you are in your body right now. And what it feels like. Do you feel a disconnect between your mind and your body? Or can you tell how related everything is? How our thoughts are also in our gut, and our emotions through our entire nervous system. Let's take a couple big deep breaths together. In through our noses and out through pursed lips. On this last one, breathing out all of the anxiety and judgments and tensions and reactions that we are having. And on your next inhale, breathing in the present moment, our experience right now. The last thing that we're going to do together are some affirmations. And I really want you to think about some of your thoughts and where are they stemming from. I know for me, I think a lot about, oh, I miss this person, I miss that person, I am overwhelmed, I don't know how to do my homework, or I don't know how to help somebody in the way that I want to. And then think about the judgments that are in each of those thoughts. The shoulds or the emotional reactions, and also try to think about where they stem from. If you miss somebody, are you missing comfort? How can you comfort yourself? If you're feeling overwhelmed or like you don't know how to do something, try to understand where the anxiety in that comes from. Do you have expectations for yourself about what you should and shouldn't be able to do? Are you doing what you can? Or are you taking on too much at once and then becoming disappointed in yourself when you can't do more than you can? I could go on. For every thought, just try to think about when we were watching them, we weren't looking into them, we weren't analyzing them. But right now, we're trying to get to the roots so that we can affirm ourselves in a way that will help comfort and quiet some of the thoughts that bother us. So I titled this video Meditation for Anxiety. I know I often have like a social anxiety where I want to please. So an affirmation that I made for myself is I am not responsible for others' feelings. If that's something that resonates with you, just try repeating this time and time again. Another one for me is my own comfort is important and I will protect it. But maybe there's things for you that resonate more. So let's take a couple minutes and just repeat these affirmations to ourselves. Until you're fully convinced. And maybe you want to take a mantra, whether it be an affirmation that you created or something shorter that you could repeat to yourself. I like to do a square breathing technique where you breathe in for 4, you hold for 4, exhale for 4, and let go for 4. This works really well with mantras with four words, such as I am here now, something that we said together earlier. Or I am doing okay. I do what I can. I want you to choose a mantra, and I want you to bring it with you for the rest of your day. And when you begin to feel like those thoughts are racing, overlapping, and hard to understand, just take a moment to yourself, remove yourself, and just, I am here now. Just ground yourself, affirm yourself, and take the time that you need. All right, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you again soon.